They thought they'd fled to safety, escaping troops in Russian-controlled territory. They've come through floods and rapid currents. But even amidst the hugs and sheer relief, there's the unmistakable sound of war getting closer. You're home, 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 she keeps repeating. But their joy is very short-lived. There's another attack, much closer this time. It seems to be deliberately aimed at this evacuation point. And there's panic. The rescued and the rescuers are forced to run for cover.
Alex? Alex?
There's been an incoming call now, and all the evacuation operations have had to scatter. All the rescuers have had to scatter, and just even these people just waiting, all just headed for shelters and buildings. They don't want to leave even the smallest behind. Many of these people are already traumatized, amongst them those who were trying to help during this huge emergency. Body armor was hastily put on by aid volunteers taken by surprise. But they're attacked again. Even as they try to save their few emergency supplies. There is still a lot of incoming, and it's getting closer. We might have to retreat. Certainly a lot of the rescue workers, the few that were here, have scattered wildly and said, that's it for today. They're basically just packing up now, and they're still coming under attack. On water, it's worse. A relief effort rescuing the stranded and vulnerable from a deliberate flooding, now being repeatedly targeted. It's hard to imagine it getting much more frightening for these people. There's been incredible bravery, with these volunteers, despite being under fire and now carrying injured, still pushing through and steering those most in need to dry land and safety. The swollen Dnipro river and flood zone is now being punctured by multiple attacks. Earlier, the Ukrainian leader travelled to the emergency area, dropping in on one of the evacuation points. He's urged global leaders to respond more quickly. Large-scale aid efforts are needed here, he says. Hours later, that same evacuation point was bombed. We were given this footage by a soldier rushing another injured civilian to safety. But still the attacks continued, forcing the frail and elderly to shelter, but not crushing their determined spirit. They bombed our apartment before New Year, she tells us. We've been through it all. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. And amid the attacks in Kherson, multiple reports of a Ukrainian push on two fighting fronts in the south and east. Sudden ramped-up activity in the midst of a floods emergency. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Kherson in southern Ukraine.